In our society, pretty much kids have 5 rights. They have the right to food. They have the right to clothing. They can't run around naked. They have the right to shelter. They have the right to free and appropriate education. And they have the right to medical attention when necessary. In addition to that, we like to think that our kids have a right to the 85% rule. They have a right to grow up in safety without direct threat to their physical well-being. And they have a right to a nurturing environment. We have certain expectations of our children and adolescents. We expect them to learn what the rules are. We expect them to test what the rules are and what the expectations are. And we expect them ultimately to comply with those rules as long as the rules do not require them to hurt themselves or someone else in terms of breaking a law or beating somebody up, that sort of thing. And ultimately, we expect them to learn these rules and expectations well enough that they can then pass it on to the next generation. So that, in a nutshell, is the social contract. It's what we promise and provide to them out of what we believe is a right and proper and beneficial thing to do for children, and what we expect of them. Next up, we're going to be talking about what are the privileges of children. Kids will often refer to, I have a right to, or that's mine, or you can't tell me I can't because that cell phone is mine. One of the things I do when I work with children and adolescents is I spend some time explaining and exploring with them the difference between a right and a privilege. If it's not within those 5 rights, food, clothing, shelter, education, and medical attention, then it's a privilege. And I'm going to say that again. Anything that does not fall within those 5 rights is automatically a privilege to be earned. The true definition of fair is not that everybody gets the same. It's that everybody gets what they need. Well, Johnny and Timmy and Lisa followed the rules and were respectful and compliant and made Saturday Mart Day that little bit less excruciating than it needed to be. Susie chose not to. The other 3 need to be recognized and praised for their choices and their behavior, and Susie needs to have a message sent that her behavior was not acceptable. On the slide, I've put in very tiny print examples of privileges to be earned. And honestly, they really are anything under the sun that don't fall under those 5 rights. That's an example of, or that's a real quick review of the social contract and the differences between rights and privileges of children. As the gatekeeper, it's ultimately our responsibility to stay aware of what privilege is my child interested in, and that I can use as a tool to get and keep their attention focused on making positive choices to be able to earn the privileges that they're interested in.